Alright, now Sunset Rise is one of those games that has been called a hidden gem for most of its time, but now there's nothing really hidden about it. Back in the arcades, Konami, once again they could do no wrong, found a success with numerous arcade games like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games, the Simpsons arcade game, and of course their own Contra franchise, in which the original Contra games were really incredible and fun to play despite the high level challenge. Konami follows the success of the Contra games with Sunset Riders, which takes the Contra-style run-and-gun side-scrolling shooter gameplay into the Wild West with fantastic results. Instead of blowing up aliens, Sunset Riders has players playing as 4 bounty hunters who are out to clean up the Wild West of outlaws, led by Sir Richard Rose that are causing all kinds of trouble. The main characters are Billy and Steve, who use revolvers, and you also have Bob and Cormano, who use rifles and shotguns that spread much like the Contra games' spread guns. The gameplay of Sunset Rise is much like the Contra games, where you and your other pals move to the right in side-scrolling run-and-gun fashion, shooting at enemies that get in your way. Enemies range from standard guys who just shoot at you, enemies that try to go in for a close-range melee attack, and even enemies from dynamiting you. Boss fights have plenty of henchmen that assist the boss in fighting against you, and the bosses themselves have a pattern that is easy enough to memorize so you can get some bullets into them. The controls of the Contra games have been faithfully translated into Sunset Rise as well. You can aim your gun in 8 directions, one button fires and the other jumps, which is easy enough to get the hang of. You can also jump up to a higher ledge or on a rope to avoid enemy gunfire. Sunset Rise is an enjoyable run and gun shooter that's a pick up and play game, but it's a very challenging one. You die from one hit by anything including hazards and enemy fire. Enemy fire is slow and easy enough to avoid by jumping or ducking out of the way. Plus you also have a slide move and it's useful to avoid attacks. You can get into some situation where it becomes near impossible to dodge bullets when there are plenty of enemies on screen to deal with. Despite the difficulty and minor cons, it is a short yet enjoyable game to breeze through. Anybody who enjoys the Contra games will get a lot out of Sunset Riders. Sunset Rise is a very colorful and beautiful looking arcade game. The areas look great, the character sprites are detailed and are animated really well, the art style is really cool, and the explosions look brilliant. The soundtrack is incredible, with the tunes having such a Wild West feel to them while also giving that old school Konami jingle in them. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, one of my favorite video games of all time and a top 5 Western game for sure. That is it for this video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and peace out.